Ashley, Delulu, Tim, come here for the last time. All three of you, come here. Was my hand ashy? Was my What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here to talk the Love Is Blind Season 7 reunion, y'all. We made it. What a season. What a season. But we made it, all right? For those of you that are brand new to the channel, welcome. If you are returning back, what's good, y'all? Welcome back. If you have not yet subscribed because you've been typing in Tammy Talks Love Is Blind, you weren't sure, you weren't for sure, but now that you have made it this far, you are for sure. Hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, leave your comments on the entire season, the tea, the drama, the spoilers, the whatever. I guess there are no more spoilers. The whatever. Leave all your comments down below in the comment section so we can talk about it. A huge thank you to the 2,322 of you that have subscribed during this season. I appreciate you guys. Welcome to the family. If you are still undecided and you are still looking for a YouTube home, that's us. No, but if you guys haven't already hit that subscribe button, please do so. I am on the way to 30,000, so I am less than 1,000 subscribers away. So do me a favor, don't type in Tammy Talks Love Is Blind anymore, or Tammy Talks Married at First Sight, or The Ultimatum is coming, or Squid Games is coming, or any of these other shows that's coming back. Hit that subscribe button. Friday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be live with some of your favorite Love Is Blind content creators, okay? So right here on the channel will be Roxy Says, Queen E, and Chloe Johnson. We are going to come together, as you guys have called us, the Avengers of Love Is Blind. We're going to come together, we're going to hang out, and we are going to talk all things Love Is Blind Season 7, all right? So, let's talk the reunion. Taylor's parents are there. Now, I don't know why, okay? But Taylor's parents are there. I thought it was interesting because, remember, Taylor's father didn't want to be on camera. He didn't want to film in the house or have the house or there. He didn't want to be on camera at all. But then he came to the wedding, remember? And he became Tammy Talks. And he was bumping the gums. And he was telling all his business and his friends. Remember that? And then now here he is on the reunion. Hey, Mr. Cross, how you doing? Okay. Garrett and Taylor are still together. Do we care? Do I care? Can't say that I do. We get to Tyler. We get to Tyler. I can't even get it out because it infuriates me. We get to Tyler and Ashley. We get to Tyler and Ashley. Let me tell y'all how much I don't give a damn about the two of them. Because if Ashley is going to sit up here and be the bird that she is acting, give a big bird energy, giving big bird energy, sis, that's on you. If you want to sit and let this man play in your face, that's on you. If you want to sit here and be with this man that has lied to you, that's on you. Ashley can sit here and make it seem as if everything is great, but your energy was given chaotic. Your energy was given, I can't wait to get done with this. Your energy was given, oh my God, people are going to know the truth. Your energy was given real, oh my God, I mean, she was like this the whole time, rocking. She held her breath every time Tyler spoke. But you're good, you're great, you're awesome. Okay, so they said the past year has been great. A lot of laughter and love. I said, have them kids been laughing and feeling the love? The audacity, the gall, the nerve, the temerity. Playing somebody else's face, okay? So Vanessa said, let's get right to the shits. Clarify these rumors, okay? Tyler said, well, look, you know, let's start off by saying those kids didn't deserve that. I said, nigga, your kids? Those kids Now, I will agree with Tyler on this. The fact that y'all were pulling up them kids' birth certificates, I think the fact that those kids' pictures were even passed around the internets was not cool. Them babies don't deserve that. It's bad enough they got a deadbeat ass nigga for a father and clearly a stepmother that don't give a damn about them either. But for us as a society, as a people to pass these babies' birth certificates around, that's not cool. What y'all be thinking when y'all do stuff like that? Right? So Tyler was saying how those kids didn't deserve that. Those kids, okay? Them kids over there. You should have been saying my kids, but you know, semantics, I guess. So he said, look, this is what happened. He stepped in to help a friend and her wife start a family. When the wife upped and left, he stepped in to be pseudo step baby sperm daddy father. Okay, that's what he stepped in to be. So yeah, the kids were around and stuff like that. So then he gets emotional. I said, I know this nigga ain't about to cry. Are your eyes wet? Are your eyes leaking? What is going on? So he said, get a load out of this. Let me get the mic closer so we can really get into it. So then he says that this wasn't news to Ashley. Ashley knew everything. Y'all didn't know. I said, oh, oh, just we didn't know. Okay, cool. Okay, Phyllis and Tyler, walk me through it. He said, and I don't owe nobody an explanation outside of this moment here. I owe nobody nothing. I said, Tyler, play in somebody else's damn face. So then Ashley wants to sit up here and lie to us and said, well, who would know better, me or social media? Girl, clearly social media does, Ashley. Because your brain ain't braining. Your common sense ain't sensing. What is going on? The cerebellum is not rotating the way that it should be. Where is your internal conscience? Where is your internal bitch wet? Where is that? So Ashley said that Tyler just didn't want to talk about this on camera. So Ashley wants us to believe. Ashley, Lord have mercy. Ashley wants us to believe that her and Tyler had this conversation outside of the cameras. And then they reenacted it for the cameras. Bitch, you need to be on Broadway. Get this heifer an Oscar. Play in somebody else's face. Because I'm not dumb. I don't have boo-boo to fool across my forehead like you do, Ashley. But Ashley said that us saying that she was blindsided insults her intelligence. No, you are insulting your own intelligence. Ashley, you trying to insult my intelligence. And I take that personal. Because I got a degree. Hanging on the wall right there. I take that personal. I feel personally attacked. I feel victimized because for you to want to play in our faces, you're insulting our intelligence. Ashley? She then said that this is a once in a lifetime love. I said, girl, yes, the fuck it is. Of course it is. Where else are you going to meet a man that got sperm baby kids like that? Where else you going to meet one? Them niggas don't come across you every day. This is a once in a lifetime love, Ashley. I'm glad you know that. I'm glad you know that. Stand in your stupidity, sis. So her body language is so rigid. The whole time she like this. The whole time she like this, just fidgeting and shit. Y'all don't look relaxed. Y'all don't look relaxed and like things have been good and calm and peaceful at all. That's not what I get. I didn't get that. But okay. Okay. But if that's what you want to continue on with, Ashley, if that's the lie you want to live and you want to keep the lie alive, go ahead, sis. You're only hurting yourself. You are only hurting yourself. And at the end of the day, y'all are hurting them kids more than anything else. Because when those kids are about 5 years older and they're able to Google because they done found out that daddy is on TV and they can see that this man that's been sitting in their face wearing matching pajamas, and that has been there as a father figure, sit up there and lied and said, "Well, I don't know them those kids, those kids over there, those kids." Yeah, okay, okay. Both y'all look stupid, stupid. Let's count down to the divorce. Let's start a pool to the divorce. But see, Ashley's the type to stay together out of spite. Because you know you look stupid. Your dumb ass. So then we get to Ramses and Marissa. So she gets emotional and said that watching this back, watching her breakup, remember she was sliding down the wall? Watching her slide down that wall was like having to relive it again. Now, there were a lot of comments that said that the scene went on for too long. People felt that the scene should have been chopped up a little bit, should have been condensed. Y'all want reality TV, so that's what we got. Ramses said that it was difficult to watch again because he didn't see like her reaction to when she was like in the living room. So he didn't know what was going on. He didn't see her melt and all that other type of stuff. So he said it was difficult for him. He said that it ultimately came down to him recognizing how much space there was between their energy levels, okay? So he said that if they would have moved forward, he would have been exhausted and overwhelmed daily. And I said, God damn, he's acting like Marissa is one of them kids that's just running around eating Fun Dimp and Kool-Aid out her hand and licking her hand and she bouncing off the walls. Is her energy that much that you would be exhausted and overwhelmed daily? Oh my God. So we see Mama Tongue Ring is there, and I said, why is she here? But okay. So is her mama named Vanessa? Mama Tongue Ring said that this is her first time seeing Ramses since then. So she made a point to say that when he broke it off, when it ended, I was driving up on some, yeah, I was in the car coming to support y'all. So she said that she did talk to Ramses and kind of wanted to find out what was going on, even though she wanted to punch him in the throat. I said, I know that's right. Yeah, but he did your daughter a favor, and she acknowledges that. And she said that she's thankful that he called it off because Marissa would have carried that relationship. So she was like telling Ramses, you broke her. You didn't see her devastated. You got to say, you got to, be done with her and walk away and be fine. Meanwhile, you broke her as a person. And it's controversial, right? I know what I'm about to say is kind of controversial, but I still feel like Marissa is the same one that sat up there and said was it episode 11? That heartbreak is a risk of falling in love. So I guess I don't understand. And like, I do feel bad for her, right? I do want to clarify that. I do feel bad for Marissa. But I feel like her mother is acting as if there wasn't a 50-50 chance that this could happen. You know what I mean? So Ramses agreed and said that he should have been more forthcoming with his concerns. And I said that too. I also said that I felt that I think it was better that he did it the 2 days before than at the altar. And people took that to mean that I don't know what y'all be. I don't know what y'all be on when I say certain stuff, but what I meant by that is I would rather him do it then than embarrass her at the altar, right? Ultimately, yes, if Ramses felt that they were not compatible, her energy was too much, he had these doubts, they had all these different things. Remember, I named all 11 of these issues. All 11 of the issues that they had between them. We can take was it 9 away now because he got rid of his Coming to America. So he got rid of that, but that eyeliner is still there. So maybe we can put, I don't know. We can make number 9 stretch out to eyeliner and then maybe, look here, a little bronzer on too. I don't know. But y'all had so many different things between the two of y'all that, yeah, you knew that you didn't want to marry her. So she then said, Marissa, it's like, you see how everything you're saying is you should have done this, you should have done this. Marissa feels she didn't have a say so in the relationship. She said that it was all about his feelings, all about what he wanted. So Ramses is like, all right, fine, I get that. He has no fight left in his body. It's like when he cut his little locks off, his little situation, it's like it was like Samson just took all his superpower. He didn't have nothing to say. So Ramses wants to clarify that he never presented Marissa with an ultimatum about birth control. Okay. He said, look, I didn't force anything on her. There were nuances to that conversation. We had that conversation and we came together and the both of us decided on a method of birth control that we felt was best for both of us. He acknowledges the implications, the different things that we as women go through when we are on birth control. You know, it messes with our hormones and all that other type of stuff. Marissa nods in agreement. Cool. We wrap them up very quickly, and Vanessa tells a horrifically placed joke about wrapping it up. The way Ramses looked at her like, Ramses looked at her like, bitch. He didn't think it was funny. So we get to Hannah and Nick. Delulu really pissed me off this episode. And I'm going to tell y'all now, do not come in my comments talking about some, see, Nick was in the wrong, Nick was in the wrong, because that means that y'all let Hannah gaslight y'all tonight. So let me tell y'all how Hannah tried to gaslight people, but I'm not dumb, okay? You miss me with that, Hannah. So Hannah doesn't regret not riding the duck. Girl, we don't want to hear about that bullshit. Let's get to it. She acknowledges her delivery is not how she means for it to come out. She said that all the things she said were true, but she just said them wrong. And she is still standing on this. Well, I'm just direct. I'm just direct in what I say, and I mean it. And when I say things, I mean it. And sometimes it just comes out wrong, but I mean what I say, and it's all true. And it's like, no. But see, remember, I put Hannah on the sticky during the cast review, right? I put Hannah on the sticky then because I knew she was going to be full of bullshit, and she was. So Nick then said that, well, some of the things that came out are not completely true. He said her delivery could have been better, but Nick continued to maintain this is her POV. If this is how she feels, she's entitled to it, whatever. So he said that he did not like her saying that they weren't on the same level when it comes to financial literacy. Or her feeling like he was not respectful. He said because there was a scene or something where she was talking to her friends and saying that she loves him because of how respectful that he is. But then he goes on to follow it up with, but she's entitled to her perspective. Hannah turns into Delulu right in front of her eyes, just morphs, and said that she is very self-aware. Girl, of what? Self-aware of what? You weren't self-aware enough to not cook in a leather coat. You weren't self-aware enough to not use a whole roll of paper towel to wipe the counter. You weren't self-aware enough to not hold your dog while you ate. But Hannah thinks that she's self-aware. I said, oh, okay. Tell me something. So Vanessa is trying to get Hannah to be like, Nick, I'm sorry for how I talked to you. And she kept saying, I'm direct. I mean, I'm just a bitch. I get it. And my thing is, it's nothing to be proud of. And then AD, who was Big Bird number 1, probably 2 and 3, is in there. She's direct, period. Shut up, AD. Why are you even here? Why is AD here? You can tell AD was trying to get on camera because she was doing a lot of hand motions, body rolling, neck rolling, anything she could to get the camera to turn to her. Okay? So Hannah finally is like, I'm sorry I was cruel to you, Nick. Oh my God. It's like, oh my God. So Hannah goes on to say that the last year has been hard for her. I bet it has been. Because you had to see yourself, right? So she said that they comment on how, she's lost weight. She looks great. Here's the thing. Hannah, your weight was never the problem, sis. It's your insides. And clearly, while you might have lost weight on the outside, and kudos to you, good for you, you look great. You clearly didn't lose enough weight on the inside. Your insides are still full of shit. Still. So they're asking her, like, what's going on. And she said that she feels awkward right now. And then she thinks she loves herself. And then she gets kind of choked up. And I said, don't do these white woman tears over here. Don't do it. Don't do it, Hannah. You couldn't even get the tears out correctly. Hannah has low self-esteem. But we've been saying that all season. Right? So then Nick comes up and wants to be Captain Save-A-Ho, and Nick is like, I think people are too hard on her on social media. Bullshit, we are. No, we're not, Nick. We are standing on her neck the way she kept her foot on yours. So Hannah then said, well, if you feel that way, why are you liking comments? Hannah, why did you say all the stuff you said to him? I just kind of feel like it's very hypocritical of Hannah to feel a way that Nick is liking comments that don't like her when you wrote a hate list about him. I hate the way you talk. I hate the way you dress. Remember, she had her euphoria moment? The audacity for me. The audacity, the gall, the temerity, the nerve. Come on, Hannah. You are not this damn delusional, girl. Come on. Come on. So, Hannah then said that before they broke up, Nick had a notebook on the table. She opened the notebook and it was dated September 18th, which I'm assuming is 2 weeks before they went into the pods, okay? And in this was a 3-bullet list. The first one was that he wanted to sell 2 houses by or in the next month. Okay, good. You're a real estate person. Maybe if you stop being musty and wearing musty clothes, you can sell more than 2 houses. But I don't know. That's not my industry. The second was he wanted to get in the best shape of his life. Cool. The third was he wanted to be the most famous person on Love is Blind. I said, is that so? I said, let's talk about this, right? Personally, I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with that because, and I'm going to play devil's advocate real quick. I'm a Libra. Y'all know I like to balance things out, right? But my whole thing is the most famous person, right, on Love is Blind is Lauren and Cam. It might be Lauren, depending on who you like a little bit more. Lauren and Cam, though, right? They're not famous. They're not the most famous person for like doing anything wrong. They're the most famous because people love their love story. So I don't see an issue in that. I can see why it can be seen as negative. So I'm a roll with what I think the masses are going to feel. And I'm going to say, okay, it's negative, right? So Nick then said that he writes 90-day goals. And he said that entry was written way before they came in the pods. And Hannah was like, it was 2 weeks before. And I'm like, okay. So then Nick was like, no, my 90-day goal is I wrote that 90 days before. I didn't even know I was going to be on the show. Nick, it looks bad. I'm not even going to hold you. It looks bad. It looks bad. Capital B-A-D. Absolutely looks bad. So Nick then goes on to say that he was super genuine on the show. For whatever reason, Marissa pipes up and it's like, well, this is my best friend. No, it's not. She said Katie was her best friend. So Marissa is like, well, this is my best friend. And it's a slap in the face to those of us that came on here for love, for you to want to come on here and be famous. Let's be very fucking for real, Marissa. Anybody that came on this show, y'all came to be famous. Y'all came on here to be famous. I don't want to hear that bullshit because every season we get somebody that is truthful about being like, well, shoot, if I can go on here, get a spouse, find love, and be famous, bet. But y'all want to make it seem as if these people that are signing up to be on TV, on this big show, this big international show, that we know people end up going on and getting sponsorship deals and becoming influencers. Y'all want to make it seem as if it is so egregious. So egregious. Oh my God, that he said, I want to be famous. So do you, Marissa. Because you're being very performative now. So next thing you know, Marissa then goes on to say, you don't even like her. So Hannah is like, you were talking about me, saying stuff about me after the reveal. I said, well, let's get into it. Apparently, Nick said she was ugly and looked like a grenade. Now, Hannah's not ugly, right? Not even gonna give him that. Even when Hannah was bigger as she was on the show, she's not an ugly woman. So she's just not your type, Nick. Now, do I believe that Nick said that she was ugly? I absolutely do. I absolutely do. Too many people on that stage sat up there and corroborated that story. You said she was ugly. Now, Nick, if you're going to say some shit about somebody, stand in it. You should have said, yeah, you are ugly. That's what you should have said, okay? So she then said that that's probably where some of her insecurities and rudeness came to him. No, no, ma'am. Hannah, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not gonna let you do that because even if Nick did call you ugly, right? Let's say Nick called you ugly, right? Nick called you ugly. That does not mean that you can turn around and shit on him every chance you get. If that man called you ugly and it hurt your feelings that bad, you should have confronted him before this and left his basement living ass. That's what you should have did, Hannah. But no, you wanted to sit around and be the bitch that you are. You got bitched back. You got delulu'd back. Deal with it. Sit in it. I'm not going to feel sorry for Hannah. You cannot make me feel sorry for Hannah. You caught that man every name under the sun. So then Nick is sitting up here lying, saying, I never talked about her looks. Yes, you did. And you know you did. Right? So Monica then said, well, you told Steven. I said, Jesus. So then Steven's pillow talking ass clearly told Monica, and then Monica told all the other ladies. So Steven was like, yeah, it happened. I said, look at Steven. Steven said, did. And did. So Garrett is like, this conversation is immature. And it's like, Garrett, nobody want to hear about y'all boring asses. Be quiet. We getting to the tea. We getting to the tea. So Marissa said that Hannah is getting attacked online. Yes, she is. Hannah is getting attacked online within reason. Rightly so. Marissa, come on. I get that that's your homegirl. That's your best friend, but she ain't yours. Well, whatever. But like, for you to make it seem as if because Nick might have said that she's ugly, that doesn't absolve her from all the other stuff that she's been saying. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. So Alex then said, look, we all know that you said it, you talked about it with everybody. So then Marissa's like, Ramses knows and he's not going to speak up. So Ramses finally speaks up and it's like, this is the time to take accountability. This is the time to take accountability. If there was ever a time, a date, a moment, a second, a millisecond, for you to take accountability, is there. So then Nick is like, yeah, I said that I was underwhelmed, but I ain't say that she was, whatever. So Nick then says, well, if I'm so bad, why did she try to hang out with me after the show? Marissa, again, talking out of turn. It's like, because we all do dumb shit. I was still fucking that man. I said, child, Claude have mercy. Jesus. And Mama Tongue Ring sitting there, now you look stupid, Mama Tongue Ring, because you ready to chop this man in the throat and your sister is still humping. Sister, Lord, your daughter is still humping him. So now everything that you just said is in vain because your daughter was still fucking. That's why you don't involve other people in your mess. So now Katie's there, okay? Katie's in the audience, and Katie said that it was hard to watch Hannah say that she didn't trust her because she was like, I thought we was better than that. We were all best friends, the three musketeers, me, you, and Marissa. So Katie is like, look, I thought you knew me. I thought you knew my heart. I was excited to see y'all at the party. Me and Nick never broke it off. We just never went back to the same pod date. She said, look, I apologized. I sent you flowers because I thought you knew my heart and I thought you knew my intentions. So now, for me to hear that you don't trust me, like, is there weight to your words? So Mama Tongue Ring being messy, she was like, yeah, she made you feel like shit for a year. Shut up, Mama Tongue Ring. Because your daughter made you feel like shit for the past year for you to find out now that she's still fucking coming to America. So, okay. So Hannah was like, it was just in the moment. Just in the moment, I was in the heat of the argument and emotions were heightened. And I feel like that is not an excuse for you to say the stuff that you say. And I feel like we are letting Nick and Vanessa and everybody sitting on that stage, let Hannah slide with too much. Because we even had Marissa say at a moment that, she's a bitch. She's been rude to me. So why are you defending her? If you know that she's a bitch, why are you defending her? It doesn't make sense. But who are me to judge, okay? My God. Leo and Brittany, pointless. But they come on out and we get a couple scenes of pictures of them in Miami. Leo didn't realize how much he talked about money. He very arrogantly, very condescendingly, very tastelessly refers to Hannah and Brittany as a steak and pasta, and said that when you're at a restaurant, right, and you want to order last so you can make the best final decision. And I'm like, this dumbass analogy. You couldn't think of nothing better. Just apologize, Leo. He apologizes to Hannah for how he behaved. He apologizes to Brittany. Brittany said that they just weren't compatible. When you travel with somebody, they just weren't compatible, but they're really good friends. They weren't shocked that they were not picked to go to Cabo because they were told they were the weakest link. Cool. So Brittany said that when it comes to the reveal, she was hoping it didn't even air. She said that she was just awkward and uncomfortable just within herself because the cameras and everything were on her. She said that Leo was not Leo didn't make her uncomfortable, and in fact, she said she was leaning into him for like some comfort. If that's what was happening, cool, but that is not how it relayed to us, okay? But they said that they're really good friends now, and we don't care. I don't. We then get to Steven and Marissa, and this is where this is something, okay? So Steven said that he doesn't even remember the text because he deletes them, which is interesting because Steven says later in this same scene, in this same breath, right, that he does not delete text message threads. So if you do not delete text message threads, Steven, where is this text message thread? Is the turtleneck too tight around your neck? Is that what's happening? Because what is going on? So he said that out of respect for the person that he was conversing with, he does not want to go into the specifics of the conversation. I was with Monica. Oh, you respect people? You didn't respect Monica enough to not do it, but I guess. So Steven said, look, I'm sorry. I even wrote a letter to your parents. Monica said, wait, I knew that was why you did that. You wrote that letter so you could bring it up. And Steven was like, I can't win. I can't win. Steven, you look super performative. Not even gonna hold you. You look super performative right now. So Steven is doing all this shucking and jiving, talking about how nobody wants to hear his side and nobody wants to believe him. So why should he tell the story? Because no matter what he says, nobody is going to believe him. He understands he effed up and he wonders how much more will he have to deal with. Nigga, excuse me, 3/5, nigga, you chose to crash out on Instagram. That's on you. That's on you. You kept this going. So he then said that they have actual picture of him at the sleep study. He said that he does have sleep apnea, but then said he doesn't have the CPAP machine. So you just gonna die? Like, I don't understand. So he said that he was at the sleep study. He was talking to somebody about, I think he said, a heart condition. That person then completely out of the blue starts talking about some new fetishes that they were getting into. Steven said he knew the devil right here was saying, get into it. The angel on the other shoulder said, don't talk about that. Don't entertain it. He kicked the angel off and said, come on, devil, let's go. So he started talking to this person about the fetishes. He then said that he knew that it was wrong, and he put his phone back down and got back to his sleep study. He then starts talking about how Monica had the password to his phone, and he's very open and all this type of stuff. And I'm like, what? Steven, you were wrong. You messed up. I wish Steven would just say, I messed up. I'm sorry, Monica. You didn't deserve that, and be done with it. But then Monica is explaining how she never thought that he would emotionally cheat on her. But it's still like there's still pain on Monica's part. What they didn't talk about though is kind of how Monica would talk to him. See, we had all this unnecessary filler shit. Bliss and Zach got this baby. Congratulations, hey little Galileo. Okay, cool. We don't need to talk about them. You know why? Because they're not on this season. AD is there not wanting to say who she's dating when it's given you're dating Marshall. Marshall is now single. Like, we don't care. We don't care. If y'all want to do like a reunion where y'all bring back all these old couples, do it that way. But so much was left on the table because y'all are so focused on the ghost of Love is Blind past. For y'all to dig up Jessica, like how low can you go? Oh my God. So we then get to the meat and potatoes. What we really cared about from this reunion, Tim and Alex. Okay, so as I told y'all, she called him a little bitch, right? And you know what? Truth be told, Tim acts like one. Tim is a bitch. Tim was acting like a bitch on this reunion. Tim acted like a bitch in several episodes of this season, and I wholeheartedly believe that Tim was acting like a bitch during their fight. So Alex said that the disagreement in Mexico started because a week before she went into the pods, her father went into a rehab. Now we know that both Alex's parents have MS, multiple sclerosis, okay? She did not talk to her family for 3 weeks. So she was probably reeling at that moment. Okay? She's probably going through a lot of stuff, worried about her. And we've seen this before on the show where something happens with a parent right before they go into the pods and like it's weighing on them, right? So she said in that moment she wanted some space and she wasn't given that. So she wanted to go take a shower and just go to bed. Tim said from his perspective, because Alex couldn't even finish telling her sorry good before Tim pipes up and said that, look, I saw that she left the pool party before me, so I approached her. She was on the bathroom floor and she's crying. I knew it was about her family, but I still wanted to know what was going on, and it turned contentious, and she did cover my mouth. So Tim then said that he hates that their worst moment is the moment that everybody wants to hear about the most. And I was with Vanessa, yeah, because we didn't see it. We didn't see it. We just know that you said that you wanted to be done with it afterwards. So yes, we want to hear about what would lead you to that moment. So Alex then said that, look, I did not physically assault you. Tim agrees. So we can take that off the corner because there were so many of y'all in the comments saying she mushed him and she put her hands on him. She is saying she did not touch him physically and he agreed. Thus and such, she just went like this. See that? She probably just said, shut up, nigga. Shut up, little bitch. That's what she did, right? She then said that she was trying to protect him because the cameras in production, she didn't want them to come in, start filming, and make it into a moment, right? We all know how things happen when a black man that, like Tim said, of a certain size, when they are loud, we know how that's going to be perceived on TV, right? So Alex said that she was trying to protect him in that moment. Tim agrees. She then said that he was yelling. Tim gaslights her and it's like, no, I was just talking. My voice projects. Nigga, that's yelling. If I talk loud right now and I'm projecting my voice, I'm yelling. That's yelling, right? So they want to know, Vanessa and Nick, what did you call him? She said a low ass bitch. His eyes immediately gloss up, and I feel like, yeah, you got that offended by that because you noticed how you were acting. But I digress. So she then said that when she wants space, it's not okay. But when he wants space, it's supposed to be fine. So then he's like, why would you come at me like that? And I'm just trying to show you love and I'm trying to be there for you. And she's like, no, I'm just telling you that I wanted space. I needed space. Tim tells her that he feels attacked and berated. And I'm like, gaslighting 101 and 102. This is crazy to me because it's like Tim doesn't see how he was talking to her. Like Alex said, you sat here and you just talked in circles about nothing. And every time that Alex tried to talk, he would interrupt her. Every single time. But when Tim was talking, Alex didn't interrupt him. She waited for him to finish. He never let her finish a statement. To the point where she had to say, I'm talking. And he's like, but yeah. And I'm like, I was with her. Shut up. So he keeps saying, well, why would you disrespect me like that? And it's like, I thought y'all talked about being called the B. I thought y'all hashed that out. So that means that you held on to that. And if you were going to hold on to that, and if you have every right to feel disrespected, Tim, for sure. But if you were going to hold on to that and you never let that go, then you should have left her ass in Cabo. But no, you made it your mission to torment her. You made it your mission to get back at her. You wanted her to feel the same hurt that you felt when she called you a low ass bia. So Alex then said that they start talking about the parent situation. She said, look, we were with your parents from 11 a.m. to 6 or 7 p.m. I had to go to work at 9 to bartend. So yes, I went to sleep for an hour after I left. We had talked to your parents for 4 to 5 hours. Tim does not deny this. Tim doesn't deny it. So for everybody that keeps saying she fell asleep on his parents, that's not what happened. She's telling you what happened. He's agreeing. So Tim then goes on to say, well, she didn't even tell me, but she didn't say that she was out till 4 that morning. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Tell me, somebody, tell me. What does her being out at 4 o'clock in the morning have to do with her wanting to take a nap before she goes to work at 9? Because what Tim is missing, you're not disputing that she did talk to your parents for 4 to 5 hours. Alex did an interview and said that his parents were there for 2 days. They had went to lunch. They had did all this stuff. Shit, were your parents tired of talking? Maybe your parents were ready for her to go somewhere so they can lay down because they've been on the road all day. So then Tim said that she did not return the level of respect back to his family. So we get more clarity. So Alex said that she had an attitude when she met his parents. She said because I guess it would sound like to me she didn't want to meet his parents. Why? Because she said that after he met her parents, cooked the steaks and met her father and shook her father's hand and asked for her hand in marriage and read her father that poem, that letter, a couple hours later, Tim told her that he had concerns and doubts. So Alex feels like you just played in my daddy's face for no reason, and I agree with her. If you had them doubts and you had them concerns, you shouldn't have asked for her hand in marriage. You shouldn't have done all of that. You could have simply met them and then had a conversation with Alex after about your concerns and about your doubts. But you didn't do that. So she felt the way. And so now we're getting some context because clearly y'all weren't staying in the same place. because you keep saying, well, I told her about her tires and she didn't text me when she got home. Home should have been wherever the fuck you were laying your head down at. Why weren't y'all staying in the same space? So then he kept saying, how did I play in your dad's face? How didn't you? Tim is such an arrogant, pompous, gaslighting ass, little ass bitch. Because that's how you're acting, Tim. Why are you trying to gaslight her? And Alex never wavered. Her story was consistent every time. And every time she would say a little bit more about what happened, Tim would agree. But then he would try to force out tears. But you called me out my name. We don't care about that no more. We don't care about that no more, Tim. Because that's really all you have. Talking about some I feel attacked. Why? But then Tim was like, well, we don't have any bad blood between us and I still wish her well. What did I do to you? Do you not remember? Like she said, you running down on her, then following it up while you smized and said, and we can both agree, I never have to see you and I never want to see you again. And you sashayed your ass on out of there. What do you mean you didn't do anything to her? Tim, did you watch the season back? But see, Tim was crashing out on Twitter too, on Instagram, so I expect nothing less. This was crazy. The Alex and Tim thing, it got it didn't go anywhere to the point that Vanessa was like, y'all need to just talk outside of this. And they both were like, no, so shall it be. Case closed, okay? So then we find out season 8 is coming Valentine's Day 2025. Here in the Midwest, they are going to be in Minneapolis. That is a Friday. Are we going back to Friday drops? I would appreciate them. So let me know what you guys thought about this reunion. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you not? If you made it this far into this 46-minute video, thumbs up the video. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down below. And I will catch you guys Friday for the live. Peace.